Hello, my friends. Welcome back. It has been a few months since we have been together here, and I wanted to take a moment to address why I suspended our regularly scheduled programming. I don't think that I need to tell you that 2020 has been a strange and weird and uncomfortable year. We went into it with this great amount of joy and this hope for the future, and instead what we got was incredibly unsettling. And so whether we're talking about COVID-19 or social unrest, whether we specifically talk about race relations, economics, and the elections, the fact of the matter is that this is a time in our lives and in our history that has just been very difficult. We have been faced with a tremendous amount of loss and pain for so many people. I personally have felt this pervasive sadness at not being able to produce my events, at not being able to do the thing that I love the most. And as much as I wanted to come out here and share that, as much as I felt like it was important to talk to you about it here, the reality is that there are bigger problems in the world than me being sad. And there are things that I personally just didn't feel as if I could or should speak to. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have an opinion on them. It doesn't mean that I don't feel deeply about them or that I don't care. What it does mean for me is that I very specifically know where my strengths lie. And I believe that if I cannot contribute something good to a conversation, if I can't bring something to the table that moves the needle forward in a really important and meaningful and positive way, then I think that I need to stand back and just hold space for those who can. And so in many ways, that's what I've been doing publicly. Now, the conversations that I've been having privately are totally different. And the lessons that I've been learning, the work that I've been doing is not just for myself, but it's for my clients, it's for my colleagues, it's for the community at large, and my life. All of those things have really been happening behind closed doors. And I like to have those conversations as much as I can one-on-one. Because when you sit across from a person and you can really share without fear of anger or judgment or the craziness of social media, I really believe that that's when you open up the space for disagreement, disruption, education, a healthy and respectful dialogue, and that's how you get to true progress. And one of the things that I personally have really struggled with over the past few months is just the relentlessness and the kind of vile energy that has been happening on social media. Remember when it was just fun? Remember when it was cat memes and pictures of food? Today, it just feels like a really angry place. It feels like there's so much judgment. It feels extreme. It feels like you have these two places that are very, very extreme. And it's just simply not who I am. It's not what I do. It's not how I choose to operate. And as much as I wanted to say, this is ridiculous and it needs to stop, I also wanted to be respectful of the fact that there are people who feel the need to say certain things. And I believe that even if I don't agree with what you say, that you have a right to say it. And so I wanted to give people a platform and I wanted to give them time. But that time, I think, has ended. It's September. It's a new month. It's a new season. And I think that it's time for us all to collectively turn a page and go back to what matters. It's time to make the world a more beautiful place again. We need to go out and find the light. We need to tap into our creativity and come together and celebrate all of the things. We need to celebrate the life, the love, the hard, the hurt, all of it. And we need to acknowledge and never forget who we've been as an industry in the event space. And together we need to redefine what it means to celebrate life with other people. How do we continue to bear witness to each other's lives in a way that's meaningful? How do we come together to commemorate and celebrate an engagement, a baby, a wedding? Moments turn into memories. And those memories are what have the power to uplift us. It's what strengthens our bonds to one another, and it gives us roots. And those roots become the foundation from which we as human beings can grow. So where does that power come from? What's the transformative element in all of this? Is it the sheer fact that we're just together in real time, whether it's 6 feet apart or 2 feet apart? Is it the lighting? Is it the flowers? Is it the chair? Is it the stuff? I've always said that it's more, it's deeper, that in the midst of chaos, we all come together. And I've realized one thing about myself that I've been saying with others for years. It's not about the stuff. It's about how the stuff makes you feel. And so that's what I want to return to. That's what we're going to do together here on this channel. Now, in the next coming weeks and months, you may hear about COVID a little bit. You may hear about romance. You may hear about politics. You may hear about homeschooling. But what I really want to do is I want to go back to talking about the industry that we love, because wedding and events is not just a career, it's a calling. It's more than a profession, it's a purpose, and it's a passion. And we need to find ways to engage and to find love and light and happiness and joy and laughter. We have to get our sea legs back so that as this fog begins to lift, we can return to the core of who we are as people and as wedding professionals, and that when we reemerge from this, we come back stronger and smarter and better than we ever were before. And that is the most important thing that I believe I can do right now in this time. I think that we need a place to go and just celebrate the light, because as I've said, the world needs us and we as a community need each other. So I just wanted to say thanks for hanging in there with me. I appreciate it. Welcome back, and we will talk again soon.